I've got a little flip through for us today. This is my completed Fodder Challenge journal. Pretty much complete. I'm probably going to put, Fodder Challenge on here somewhere. But the Fodder Challenge was a series of 9 mixed media classes that were free. I saw this on Instagram, so, I was like, ooh, free, I'll sign up. And did those, and it was really fun. It's put on by the gals who do Fodder School, and if you have no clue what I'm talking about, I'll put all the links down in the video description so you can go and read about it or sign up for it. The Fodder Challenge was free, and there's still a couple of weeks. I think the videos are available until July 28th, and today's the 15th. So if you hurry over there, you can still catch some of the classes before they take them down. And then, sign up for Fodder School if you want. And I'm not affiliated with Fodder School or any of the gals or anything in any way. I just, like I said, I saw this on Instagram. I signed up. I did all of the classes, and it was great. So I decided to put all of the lessons into a journal, and this was just a A5 journal I had made out of the billboard vinyl, and I had no idea. They put the classes out one a day, so I had no idea what the projects were going to be, if they would even fit in a journal. But fortunately, they did. I mean, it got fat, because there were a few fat things. But it worked. So this is the journal. And I used a lot of the filler paper here and there, backgrounds and stuff, were mainly things that I had on hand, like gel prints and painty papers, things like that. And then some of them were things that we created in the course of the classes. So I'll show you. I put in the front, I just put a list of all of the classes, the projects, and then who taught it, and then their Instagram on there. So I have a record of that. And the first one is this. I've already forgotten what it was called. Piece catcher. Piece catcher, and I'll put the down in the video description. I'll put all of this information too, so that you can go and check these people out on their Instagram. But this was super cool, and I did have to modify it a little bit so that it would be small enough to go in here. I really like this one. It was easy, it wasn't it didn't take all day. Some of them did take me all day, and maybe that's just me. But yeah, they were kind of involved. But yeah, I really like this. It was different. It was cool. In my journal, my part of the assignment was just to use some tissue papers. So I went through my stash, got some, most of mine were gel prints, and then whatever was left, I just used for the background. Made a little pocket to put the little catcher in here, piece catcher. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one was some gel printing and cutting your own stencils, I used some stencils that I'd cut myself previously, and then I made a couple more to use. And I really like this one because, it's gel printing. Who doesn't love gel printing? And then I just made pockets. This journal was 20 pages to begin with, and by the time I was finished, it ended up being, I guess, 9 pages because there were 9 lessons. And some of the pages I just ended up gluing together so they'd be sturdy. And then some of the pages I just kind of cut halfway down and then folded them over to make a pocket. So, that's how that worked. And this was another one on the shapes This was called The Study of Shapes. This one was hard for me because it was just a little too, I don't know, it was very intuitive, and I don't know, for whatever reason I struggled with it. But I did like, we're supposed to use a limited palette, you know, so 3 colors. I mixed 3 colors and that's all I used, and I like that part of it. And then again, I just used, I think I'd cleaned off my brush, and that's the background page. And this one was paper weaving, which this was really fun. I like this. I used gel prints that I had on hand, cut them in strips to do the weaving, and then the background is one of my gel print clean-off pages. That one was fabulous. And then this one was the instructor, hers was a little bit different, and I chose to do a vintage theme with mine, and I went overboard because I think she made like 3 tags, and I made, I don't know, 10. I like tags, what can I say? So anyway, these were all clothing tags, which I have amassed, clothing and product tags, you know, just off stuff that has found its way into my house. That's what I used for all the tags, and then I made pockets, a little pocket there, a little pocket there. I used some eco print papers and just some coffee dyed papers in most of these. And I'll talk about that one in a minute, but these, I'll show you. This was like, it was some hemp cording or something, and I liked the packaging, the tag that it came on. So I've been saving that one for years. I love that. And I did some rubber stamping on these. I used a lot of stickers and rub-ons and papers and stuff from Taperlogy, and I'll give you a link for that. I have discount code too, so I'll give you all that down in the video description. That's Taperlogy. I love this. And then I did front and back on all of them. The back sometimes was just a little bit of something. I love those mushroom stickers. Cute, cute, cute. So, there were my tags. And the lesson for this was mostly about, she did these kind of like a tag and a tag and a tag, like nesting tags. So this was kind of my interpretation of her nesting tags. So you can see like each one has a little pocket on the front so that the next one fits in. So see, here's this one, and I don't think, no, I kind of left the backs plain on these. And see, and then this one has the little thing. And then this one. And this one. And I did have a little one that went in here, but it ended up with a terminal injury that I couldn't fix. So I'm going to find another little one and make to stick in there, because you can't have a pocket with nothing in it, right? That's just not right. So yeah, they kind of do the nesting thing. I thought that was a great idea. I love that. So there's that one. And this next lesson was this little fodder book. And it's just one of those, you know, one-page books. But she added a little something different that I thought was really clever. And I'll show you. Okay, I made it out of gel prints, and then this was just some drop paper, you know, painty drop paper that I used to line my work area. Yeah, I've got some of that I've been hoarding, and I'm using it to store these little stencil cutout things, you know, fodder. So that's what that's all about. And then right here, you know how this book does. It does this, this, this. I usually just make this one, I seal that up and make a little sideways pocket. But she said put a little book there. How clever is that? And she had just the most adorable little book that she made. And you know, I really like storage. I was just in a storage state of mind. So I did the book pages like she did, but I put little pockets in mine so that I could store even more fodders in here. And these are all made from drop papers. So they're just kind of weird and random. There's little glue blobs on them here and there. So that's what my book was extra storage. And see, that's in the middle, and then you keep going. And then here's more pockets for your goodies. And then I just put a little ribbon on there for a closure. And another little pocket deal. And these were just some stencil, you know, where you trace around the stencil. Yeah, that's what I did there. This one was vintage themed. This is actually 2 lessons combined. This one was the photo transfers on buttons and the vintage photo tags. 2 different instructors, but they're both kind of doing a vintage thing, which you could do or not. I mean, you could totally do bright colors or whatever. But you know, I had a bunch of vintage stuff out anyway, so I did the vintage photo tags like this, and then kind of combined it with the button technique. And then I just stuck it all in here. The buttons are sewn on to the pages, and then the tags are just there. I really love these buttons. This was super cool. I love this one because I found that piece of lace that just went perfect behind it. Yeah, super cool. And these are free lessons, y'all. This is all free. So if you're watching this video and you run over there, you can still catch these lessons and learn how to do these, because I can't tell you. Okay, and then the last one were these, I forget what they're called, prayer flags. And they were done on a piece of just canvas, plain unprimed canvas. The instructor had the backs covered with felt. I didn't have any felt, so I just left my backs naked. But I really liked the technique that she showed, and you don't have to have a sewing machine. I ran these through my sewing machine and then kind of wished I hadn't, because my sewing machine is still set up for vinyl, so it's got this big honking needle and this heavy thread, and the tension was all narfed up, but I didn't want to readjust my tension because I was afraid I wouldn't get it back where it needs to be from the vinyl. So yeah, those were my sewing woes, but I did it anyway. But it actually, and I did it after I had glued everything down. And you know, she had all kinds of pretty colorful fabric scraps. I didn't have any of that, but I did have paper. So I just glued paper onto my canvas, and then after it was all dry, then I ran it through my sewing machine, which I have an industrial, like, you know, sew through bone sewing machine. So you might not want to sew through glue on your own machine. The glue was dry, but you know, I would be careful about that. I'm not recommending you do that. But I am recommending that, you know, you can, and that's what I loved about these projects. They were really adaptable to what I had on hand. You know, I didn't have the fabric, but I had the paper, and it worked, and it was great. So, yeah, and then I wrote these out, and I really didn't want to use my own handwriting because I don't like it, but, you know, she was like, use your handwriting. I like to use my handwriting. And I went, oh, okay, fine. And I liked it. It was okay. And for my the journal page, I just put some gel prints for the backgrounds. And then these are some little, that's made out of suede text paper. So it's a good, strong little corner tuck spot place for my flags. They have a little deal here so that you can put like a dowel or something through them and hang them up. But, you know, I wanted mine to live here all together. And then that's the end of it. So, yeah, this was super fun. I'm really glad I did this. And on the front, this was, yeah, I had buttons out because we had the little button project, and then I glued something I had gel printed on there and sewed it onto the cover. And if you can see, if you do this, it's kind of weird. I did this in the back with this piece of elastic because this is fat, so I wanted it held shut but not where it would squish everything. So this worked good. And then to get the button up off of the cover so that you can get the elastic around it, I usually just glue a washer, metal hardware washer. It needs to be smaller than the button, and just the hole of the washer, I just want it big enough so that I can get to the holes in the button. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it works really well. Just glue a washer on there, and then it raises the button up so that you can easily get your elastic around it. So that is it. Thank you so much to Wendy and Tiffany for putting on the Fodder Challenge and allowing those of us who are, financially challenged to, get in on the action at least a little bit. And I would totally, completely sign up for Fodder School in a hot minute if it fit in the Green family budget, but it does not. So yeah, I look from afar. I love following on Instagram and seeing what everyone's doing. And this was just a great way to have just a little taste of that, a little introduction into what they're going to do. And all of the instructors who did these lessons are the ones that are doing Fodder School. It's Fodder School 2 now. So yeah, I mean, you can see that these are folks that you want to take classes from. Can I just say that? Yeah, you really do. So yeah, I enjoyed this thoroughly, and I think I'm probably going to end up auctioning this book off. I need to have another one of those live auction things because I keep accumulating stuff that it needs to live somewhere else. So I'll probably auction this off at some point. But yeah, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this flip through and maybe got a little inspiration, or just at least some, visual stimulation, whatever. Thank you for hanging with me. The end.